Most experts recommend having an emergency fund to cover at least 3 to 6 months of expenses, but a Yahoo Finance-Marist poll survey shows that a third of households could not cover 1 month's worth of bills if they lost their job or source of income. Here with more, we've got Pierre Habis, who is the head of Synchrony Bank. Pierre, great to have you here with us. A third of survey respondents couldn't cover 1 month of expenses. Is this the 3 to 6 month emergency fund rule something that you recommend?
Absolutely, and thank you for having me on. This is what every consumer needs to be doing in terms of preparing for what could end up happening, these emergency funds. You just had a guest on talk about vacation and savings accounts. For me, it all starts with the habit of savings. So there's emergency funds, there's college funds, there's vacation funds, there's new car funds, but it's all comes back to the same habits, savings. And what I would recommend for all your viewers, if you're one of those 33%, start with something very small. Sorry, it could be $10 a week, a month. It's all about habits, and then those habits then will build in time.
And so we continue to hear about those who might be living paycheck to paycheck as well. Some people may say that they don't have any extra to save in that case. Is there another strategy that folks can employ in this case?
So then it's all about trade-offs. And I can understand where consumers are out there are living paycheck to paycheck. Many of us, including myself, have been in that situation, and it becomes trade-offs at that point, whether it be where you go to eat, what you buy from the grocery store, whatever that may be finding a different place to live, roommates, add one more roommate, whatever that is, find a way to do so. And if you're working for a company, I'll ask everybody, please look into your 401k plan that the company provides, if it does. And if it does, please take advantage of it.
So what are the steps to building an emergency fund?
So it all comes down first to the habit of saving. So you build by adding to that particular savings account. And you want to always have, and you had mentioned 3 to 6 months, you want to have a savings account that earns a high interest rate and that gives you access in case there is emergency. So I would always recommend a high yield savings account in that regard that gives you access, fully liquid. And then it's about doing automatic payments. You could do that from any checking account, generally at any institution, to a high yield savings bank in which you could build.
And so how do you maintain your emergency fund once you've actually built it?
Yeah, that's a great question, because the first recommendation is always keep it separate. Keep it separate from your checking account, please, because if it's linked to it or at the same institution, you'll find yourself, especially early in your savings years, that you'll use it and it may not necessarily be an emergency. So I would say first and foremost, separate it from the accounts. And in this way, you watch it build. And it will be motivating, especially when you start seeing interest on top of that.
Are there some emergency savings vehicles that are better than others? And what are the best ones?
Yeah. So it first starts with liquidity. Can you access it? And second, high interest rate. Those are the two things. Look for a bank that will offer you a high interest rate. If you 3.5% to 4% right now with no minimum balance, and that you could access it at any time.
How do you go about, of course, the crucial decision of deciding, all right, this is an emergency versus, hey, things just are low on vibes right now, perhaps?
Yeah, I hear that a lot. This is the hard part. This is about self-discipline. So if you could get 3 to 6 months of your day-to-day expenses and put that away and just act like that's zero. Now, I could guarantee you many of your viewers now will slip into use that, as you put it, for vibes or whatever the case is. As long as they recognize that and begin build savings again, sometimes you take 2 steps forward, 1 step back, 2 more steps forward, you're still ahead of the game. I just encourage everyone to do that habit. It's no different than exercise. eating healthy, and all that good stuff that goes.
Pierre, good to see you. Thanks so much for taking the time.
Appreciate it.